Hello everyone, in honor of Terminator Dark Fate, I thought I would revisit the first two original Terminator films. I already revisited the first film, you can check that out in the link above. But right now, let's take a look back at Terminator 2 Judgment Day. There aren't many sequels that live up to the original or surpass them. There's Godfather Part 2, The Empire Strikes Back, The Dark Knight, and Terminator 2 Judgment Day from 1991. This again is written and directed by James Cameron. Arnold Schwarzenegger reprises his role as the T-800. Linda Hamilton returns as Sarah Connor. But we have Edward Furlong as young John Connor and Robert Patrick as the villainous T-1000. This is an awesome sequel. This is one of the greatest action films ever made. This is just a great film, period. Now, I did a review of this, but stupid Lionsgate blocked it because of a photo of John Connor. They own the whole video. So screw you, Lionsgate. That's right. Anyway, Terminator 2 is such an amazing sequel, and this is where the series should have ended, you know? Like, here's what I think about the sequels.
We're not gonna make it, are we?
Yeah, they aren't such a great idea, but James Cameron continues the story he set out in Terminator and turns it on its head. But we also have advancements with special effects, Industrial Light and Magic, Stan Winston, oh my god. Liquid Metal, yeah, drink a Capri Sun, you look like a T-1000. Robert Patrick is great in this. He's the exact opposite of Arnold Schwarzenegger. And for any first-time viewers, this is a great reveal because you think that Arnold is going to be the Terminator. No, he's a protector. And the story pretty much follows like the first film, you know. It starts off in the future. John Connor knew that Skynet was trying to kill him and his mother when they were younger, before he was born. Well, another Terminator was sent at the same time Terminator was sent in the first film to kill him when he was a young kid if that first Terminator failed. John Connor reprogrammed a T-800 to protect him. And that's pretty much the story here. We also get to follow Sarah Connor. She's a changed woman. She's a badass soldier. She's not like the scared waitress she was in the original film. No. And Earl Bowen reprises his role as Dr. Silverman. There's a lot of crazy stuff there. There's a theatrical version, and this is the director's cut. I love the director's cut of T2. It adds a bit more. Some stuff needed, some stuff no, but I love it. I love this version. And to me, there's The Abyss and Terminator 2 that are very underrated, but you have Avatar and Titanic. I think T2 is still James Cameron's best film. This has action, this has heart. There's so many themes about humanity in this film. It's not just an action movie. On the surface, it may look that way. No. This has some deep themes. I love the future war. You could tell they enhanced the animatronics, everything. The scope of this is more epic. Brad Fidel score. Yeah, I've been pronouncing it Brad Fidel, but it's Brad Fidel. I love the music in this. That new new new, and you see like the atomic bomb. Oh my god, the atomic bomb visions are so insane, so scary. Damn, this film ain't for the faint of heart. And I love it because James Cameron continues threads that were set in the first Terminator film. He originally wanted to have a liquid metal Terminator in the original, but due to budget restraints and other things, he couldn't have that. So now he gets to have that second Terminator after John. And he also continues things that were set up in deleted scenes with Cyberdyne. We get to explore Cyberdyne systems, the whole origin of Skynet, basically. And who could forget Miles Dyson, played by Joe Morton? He's great. Papa Pope from Scandals in this. I just remember like the ending when he has a bomb. She's like, and then he's like, I love how it sets up the characters. You don't know which Terminator is bad until that one scene in the hallway. It's done brilliantly. There's also a callback to the original Terminator with the glass window. Oh, and who could forget the tanker chase? That was insane. John Connor had a stunt double. It was a female stunt double. I love how they did that with a ramp going off the bridge. And the practical stunts there with the use of projection. So many great action moments in this film. And I ultimately love it when John decides to go rescue his mom. You know, his foster parents are dead. You're like, how's Wolfie? It's like, Wolfie's fine, sweetheart. Wolfie's fine. Where are you? He's like, your foster parents are dead. You have that famous scene of like, you can't kill. He's like, why? And he's like, why are you trying to kill? He's like, I'm a Terminator. I love those scenes between John and the T-800 here. And throughout the film, he learns the value of human life, you know. We get to see him as like a machine, and he begins to become more sort of human in ways. And the director's cut has a funny scene where he tries to smile. Uncle Bob, eh? But I love it when they spring out Sarah Connor. There's a lot of exciting stuff there. And there's a lot of tension between John and his mother. You know, there's a good deleted scene where she tries to destroy the chip. They get the T-800's chip out, and he's just like, if my own mother won't listen to me, what makes you think the rest of the world will? You know, if he's supposed to be a great military leader. And there's some great scenes there that add more to the story, I feel. I love it where they get the weapons. I love Sarah feeling like she has to stop Miles Dyson, you know. This is her mission. And we get to see the trauma from the first film and knowing the future does to Sarah here. And ultimately, she can't go through with it, you know. John knows that his mom's going to go off the deep end, but he wants his mother in his life, you know. And she wasn't there for him. He had to go through foster care. I love it when they decide to change things, you know. There's sequels that have, like, Judgment Day is inevitable, which is cool. The new film seems like it's going to go in that direction. Here's what I love about this film, is that there truly is no fate but we make for ourselves. And free will starts to play a factor in this story, and I love that. This is what the film really does very well, and you get to see, even at a young age, how smart John Connor is. And them blowing up Cyberdyne is fantastic. Such a crazy set piece there with the SWAT, the minigun. He has a goddamn minigun! The whole part with the helicopter, motorcycle, he's like, get out. Again, another cool parallel to the first Terminator. One of my favorite compositions from the score here is Tanker Chase. I love it where Arnold has the M16 and then flips a truck and the music and goes and it's just like, hasta la vista, baby. After the T-1000's trying to like get up and stuff. And then he starts coming back molding together. He's unstoppable. Great fight sequences, ultimately to that sad, tragic end. And I'm pissed that there's sequels. It undermines the whole ending here. The T-800 being like, I cannot self-terminate. You have to lure me. And I love where he's like, no, you can't go. And she's like, I know now why you cry. And it's something I could never do. Such a gut-wrenching scene. You can see Cameron's signature camera work here where he goes down. You have the music similar to like the camera work in Titanic. Man, it's an open ending. The road is unknown. And that's great. There's also an alternate ending where Sarah's an old woman. I kind of like that. I wish they used that ending because then there wouldn't be any sequels. But Terminator 2 is such an amazing film. Every single area of this film is superb and flawless. The soundtracks of like Bad to the Bone, You Could Be Mine by Guns N' Roses. Oh my God. This film has everything. And I think see, the first two Terminators are kind of hard because there are days when I love the original more than T2, and there are days where I'm like, you know what? T2 improves upon everything that was set up in the Terminator. It improves in every single area and just surpasses it in every single area. This is the best Terminator film. This is just one of the best films ever made. This is definitely Arnold Schwarzenegger's best role here as a T-800. There's a lot more depth here, you know? And there's James Cameron could have easily phoned it in and just had like another Terminator, make it like a horror film. This isn't like a sci-fi action horror film like the first one, no. This is basically an action drama, is what it is. Now, it's a bit more of an action film with the set pieces are much larger, more epic, but I feel like that's needed because this is truly the conclusion from James Cameron initially. Like, he probably wanted to make a T3, but like, it really ends here. It does. And like Godfather, it should have stopped after 2. It really should have. I give Terminator 2 a 5 out of 5 and an A+. This is a superb film. See the first 2 Terminators, but see this one. This is just an amazing film, and I don't know where it could go at Dark Fate. I feel like the perfect opportunity to make T3 would have been in 96 or 97. 2003 wasn't bad, but you didn't have the same cast or director. But definitely the late 90s would have been the perfect time. Like when they did Battle Across Time, I feel like that would have been the perfect time to make a T3, a true T3 with James Cameron coming back as writer and director. But I love Edward Furlong in this. He shows promise as an actor. You know, he was later on in Detroit Rock City. He was excellent in American History X and then Crow, Wicked Prayer. And he's going to have a small role in this. I hope he doesn't get killed off at the beginning, or if you think he does, he comes back. I don't know. They don't need to waste his character. I have a few theories about Dark Fate, but we're going to have to see where it leads. Nevertheless, We can all agree that Terminator 2 is a tour de force. Feel free to share your memories and favorite moments from Terminator 2 down below in the comments. I love to read them. And yeah, I can't say any more about this film. This film's just awesome. Go see it. And if you've seen it, you know how awesome it is. I love this film. And I just wanted to revisit it real quick before Terminator Dark Fate. Check out these videos on my channel, subscribe, and feel free to follow me on the Stardust app at Fred Film Fanatic. Be on the lookout for my review of Terminator Dark Fate when it arrives. Till next time, everyone.